Hello, welcome to artistinschool.com. My name is Paul Priestley. Today I'm going to be telling you 10 interesting facts you did not know about the artist Wassily Wassilievich Kandinsky, the great Russian artist. He, along with two others, Mondrian and Malevich, are the three artists that are credited with the idea of creating abstract painting. Fact number 1. He was born in Moscow in Russia in 1866 to very wealthy parents. He was very intelligent. He could play the violin brilliantly by the time he was 9-10 years old. He went off to university and he became a law professor at Durpat University in Moscow in 1892. Fact number 2. He married a girl called Anna. But in 1896, he decided to go on a tour of Russia. During this tour, he saw lots of folk art like this, which fascinated him. He also saw some paintings by the French painter Monet, like these here, haystacks. But when he looked at them, he couldn't work out why the artist hadn't finished them properly, painted them in great detail. And he was fascinated by the paintings. So much so that he decided to give up being a law professor and to become an artist. His wife was not pleased. Fact number 3. In 1896, Anna, his wife, leaves him and he goes to Munich to start his art career. He enrolls at a private fee-paying art college, but he is not impressed with the teaching, so he leaves and he joins the Munich Academy of Fine Arts, and he stays there for a few years. Fact number 4. While at art college, he meets a girl called Gabriele Münter, and during the next few years they travel Europe, and in 1903 they end up in Murnau in southern Germany, and this is where he begins to experiment with the use of colour. For example, why paint a tree brown? It could be pink, it could be orange, it could be green. Why do the leaves of trees have to be green? They could be purple. He began to experiment, like these pictures here. Fact number 5. Kandinsky is a very conservative individual. He always wears suits, he always looks smart. In fact, his studio is organised almost like a chemist's shop, if you look at it here. And he'll often be seen painting in a suit, often a white suit like this one here. Fact number 6. Between 1909 and 1910, he meets a group of other artists, Franz Marc, August Macke, and they begin to join together and they form a group called the Blue Rider. They begin to experiment with painting and they develop the idea of linking spirituality to painting. Painting's also influenced by music at this time, and Kandinsky develops his own form of iconography, which is a posh word for drawing figures and things of that sort, as you can see in these paintings here. This is the time where his paintings develop into almost abstract pictures. Fact number 7. In 1914, he returns to Russia at the outbreak of the First World War. And he does little painting, but he develops teaching. He begins to teach art students his ideas on colour and his own form of iconography, his own way of drawing. He also teaches them about linking art to music and other abstract concepts, because if you think about it, you can't put a piece of music on a table and say, paint that, because you can't do it. What you've got to do is paint the visual equivalent of it, and that is quite difficult to do. But this is what he was experimenting about. Fact number 8. In 1922, he was invited to teach at the Bauhaus in Germany. The Bauhaus was an amazing place. The Bauhaus linked together artists, potters, designers, fashion designers, dancers, and got them all to work together to produce things. The Bauhaus invented flat pack furniture. These things were invented in the Bauhaus in 1926, and yet they look so modern today. Kandinsky taught at the Bauhaus. He taught colour, he taught design, and he linked it with psychology and spirituality. But unfortunately, the Bauhaus was so revolutionary that in 1933 it was shut down by the Nazis. Fact number 9. Because the Bauhaus had been shut down by the Nazis and because Kandinsky was Russian, he was persecuted. So he decided to move to Paris. But the problem with being in Paris was that he was Russian and his work wasn't really accepted by the French people. Although the French artistic elite liked his work, but he sold few paintings. So to ingratiate himself with the French, he decided to become a French citizen in 1938, but his work still didn't sell. Fact number 10. In June 1940, the Germans marched into Paris. Kandinsky, amongst lots of other artists, had his work declared as being degenerate by the Nazis, so his work couldn't be sold. And unfortunately, in 1944, he died in obscurity. But we must remember that Kandinsky was one of the founders of abstract painting, and that makes him important. Thank you for watching artistinschool.com. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, perhaps you could give it a like. That would be much appreciated. If you really enjoyed the video, then you can click up here and subscribe to my channel. That would be wonderful, and it would be greatly appreciated by me. Thank you very much.